I think it's critical for all of us to be able to understand who we are dealing with and recognize the times that we're living in right now. A lot of times we do a broad paintbrush and we say, it's crazy times. I said that yesterday. I said, it's wild times. But other times we need to get specific and to be able to recognize exactly where we're at. I'm going to give you 2 keys today that I think may help you understand what you're dealing with, help you as you're out there in the community, know who you're dealing with, but also understand what we can do to make a difference and be able to fight for this country that we believe in. Let me know down below what you think. Might be a little uncomfortable. We'll see. Buckle up. Here we go. This bit of uncomfortableness is brought to you by a super comfortable company, Hidden Hybrid Holsters, all day comfort, and it keeps everything locked in. I told you this before, it locks right on your hip where it needs to be. You're going to feel it go in. You're going to feel everything be right where you need, and heaven forbid, in case you ever need it. Handmade, fantastic warranty, and a huge selection. I tell you every week, they're great. Get to shopping. HiddenHybridHolsters.com. You people, thank you for everything. I mean that. Y'all crushed it yesterday. It was a huge number of thumbs up yesterday, so thank you. If you missed yesterday's episode, I encourage you to give it a look. I'm really proud of yesterday's episode, and I'm really proud of you all for your response. I think we hit some important stuff. Okay. A lot of times, again, we do a broad brush and say, hey, it is just crazy. We have got to know who we are dealing with. The first key I want to point out to you of what we're dealing with, and this is really going to be for another day, but it's the word guilt. The progressives want the individual to feel guilty. It is a religion of guilt. It is a religion of false guilt, and a religion that shoves guilt onto children nonstop. First and foremost in the guilt category is climate change. It's got to be another day. It's a way too big of a subject. 20 years ago, back when BP and Exxon were shoving oil into the oceans as fast as they can and destroying the, we all knew, like back then we knew who was doing it and destroying. Well, now who's destroying the planet? It's the Indians and the Chinese. But, heaven forbid we don't make children in Milwaukee feel guilty about it, about the oceans. Paper straws for the turtles. Back then we knew it was corporations. And one company turned everything around and they put the onus, the responsibility, the guilt onto the individual. So there's armies of children out there now that are like, we are changing the planet. No, we are not. Now, that one issue, most people go, okay, yeah, no, we're not. But I want you to really today pause and get that word guilt into your brain. Watch them. One that long ago was a Super Bowl commercial, and there was a guy brushing his teeth, and he had the water running. And then he looked, and there was some little child sitting looking up at him, and she was, of course, brown, and he was a white guilty guy. And this little brown kid was looking up, and he goes, oh, I'm wasting water. That water within his ecosystem, there's a train coming. I'll be right back.
12 seconds later.
37 times a day. I think we got it. Water. The guy's water that he's brushing his teeth with, it's not, you can't ship it overseas. That entire commercial makes no sense at all on any metric that you can throw out there other than guilt. I'm encouraging, watch the guilt. Don't just blow it off and go, hey, they're a bunch of crazy people. Obama living in, he has 2 beachside homes, but still preaches that the oceans are rising. They're not. Look at the guilt. Number 2, fear. This is an easy one. But we need to be able to recognize it. Over the last couple weeks, because they've been pushing it, the progressives have been pushing it, we've had to deal with 2 issues a lot, and it's a lot even today. One is drag queens trying to get in and pedophiles trying to get in and hang out with children in kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. Always trying to get in with them. Only a pedo would ever be upset if you say, hey, maybe you shouldn't wear a G-string in front of children. But they get upset. And the other issue we've been dealing with a lot is this nonstop forcing of make-believe at us. Bud Light forced that at us, and we're like, nah, no. Live however you, this is a key, Live however you want, just don't force me to play pretend with you. But we live in this time where and I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, you're independent guys, you've got your own business, you don't have to deal and interact with other people. You live without fear. But the fear of the mob, there was a comedian the other day said the fear of the mob is palpable because you can lose your entire career, bang, instantly. And even here, like, I'm a little bit careful on YouTube. I've been demonetized a lot lately because of my words. But overall, I'm a little bit careful because I'm a guest here and I use this as a platform. I had a viewer the other day called Jared a coward, and I'm like, I don't think so. I do not think so. But it's because he was careful with his words in one area. But again, he's using this as a tool, same as me. No one is against the progressives. Philosophically, I am. But as individuals, go live your life. Do whatever you want. The problem only, and here's the real crux of today's video, the problem is only when they come to us and they say, you have to believe what we believe. When they start doing the thought police thing. No, go live your life. Years ago, some progressive went to the owner of Chick-fil-A, the founder of Chick-fil-A, I don't even know his name. He was like 80-something at the time, and he was a Bible-believing Christian. And they said, do you believe this? And it was out of the Bible. He said, yeah, because I'm a Bible-believing Christian, born again. Can I get an amen? Woo! And they were, they clutched their pearls and they did a cancel campaign. And that thread is still there. You can mention God's chicken to somebody, they're like, oh, they hate gays. Do they? Do they really? Or do they love money and that's why they make some freaking good chicken? And efficiency. They love efficiency. My point is this. The two building blocks, and there's some other ones, the two building blocks of what we're up against right now, guilt and fear. And I want to challenge you to watch that. Use that as a tool as you're out there in the community. Use it as a tool as you parse through and absorb media from whatever media source you use. Use it to parse. Use it as a tool. Use it as a filter and watch the guilt. Here's another deal, last deal. Whether it's through osmosis or just hanging out, you hang out with your friends. You move to the South, you Yankees, you'll say y'all soon enough. We have, even in this community, we have people that have absorbed the left's tactics and absorbed that, hey, you can't say this, you can't say that. We had that whole thing for the last 5 years of several guys, one in particular, calling YouTubers shills. They're a paid shill. Paid shill. Yeah, that's the voice of the left coming in. That's a story for another day. We got to be careful. Guilt and fear. I'm Johnny B, reminding you it's okay to be white. It's okay to be straight. It's okay to be a Christian. And it's okay to be a man.